What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point. We had a fault in the equipment this week, so the best we could get was 40 minutes. One of my XLR cables went bad, and it just was shorted, and we couldn't tell while recording that my sound had been compromised. So, um, I'm sorry for this week having a shorter episode than normal. Um, but if you heard what we had left, you would thank me for it. I apologize again, and look, I appreciate everybody for your support, for your listens, and we'll get back to normal next week. Thanks, Mr. On Point out.
Self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am not porcelain colored, also known as Calamity Red.
Okay. We're Conversation Con Artists, back for another fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we're still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. I need y'all to spam On Point because he got my calendar going off and he still ain't posted a goddamn thing on that page. Spam him.
My calendar go off too.
Spam him, please.
But I didn't do that because of me. I did that because of you.
Because I posted what I said I was going to post. Now for the whole rest of the year, I got this shit in my calendar.
I feel like if I wouldn't have done that, then you wouldn't have posted it.
We'll never know now. We do not have a letter this week, but I had two interesting things happen this week that I wanted to talk about. One being why I said I'm not porcelain colored. So in our group chat is us, government name, and nerd plate. And so I always talk about how I use Walmart's grocery pickup, and everybody always make fun of me. I don't know why, because it's a free service, and I don't know why you wouldn't use it. It's not like I have to pay for it. If you don't know what Walmart grocery pickup is, it's basically where you do all your shopping online, pick everything you want, pay for it. You go to Walmart and park in one of these little orange spaces, and them niggas bring that shit out to you already bagged up. You don't have to go in there and listen to nobody's kids hollering and screaming. You don't have to go in there and have somebody with a 7-year-old pushing a buggy he can't control running into you or knocking over shit. You don't have to go in there and be behind old people and you don't know if you want to just speed around them because it's kind of rude, or you just want to keep paddling behind them, or you can't get around them because the aisles is full. You don't have to do none of that shit, right? Just bring my shit to my car. Don't cost anything. You just have to spend at least $30 worth, buy $30 worth of groceries in order for you to be able to utilize the service. Used it multiple times. I love it because I hate going in Walmart. Okay. And if you didn't know, also they have this substitution program. So a good example of this is I like buying canned pears. I take them for lunch sometimes, like, Del Monte already sliced up little pears. So, but I will get some things great value. There are certain shit you should never get great value of, like pancake syrup. Don't do that to yourself. There are certain things that you never need to get, and there are things that you can get, and it's pretty equivalent, right? So the pears are. So I ordered some cans of pears, and what they'll do is they'll send you an email when your order is ready and say, "Hey, we didn't have this in stock." Excuse me. It's springtime. Sorry. We didn't have this in stock, so we subbed it for this. Now, if the substituted thing, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on with my allergies. I guess the pollen finally settled in my nose from me being outside. I don't know. If the thing I had great value. Ain't nothing cheaper than great value. So they had to substitute it for Del Monte. I did not have to pay the difference for them not having it in stock, because when I did the order, it allowed, like, some stuff it'll tell you it ain't in stock, but if it tells you it's in stock and then it's not, they will substitute it for equal. They want it to be equal value, but whatever the next level up. So like if you got great value ketchup, you might get Heinz instead. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. So that did happen. I got some Del Monte pears instead of the great value ones. Now, where this went off the rails is I got some makeup, some face powder from L'Oreal from them, and I got it in the color cocoa because I'm cocoa colored. So I looked on the email they sent me, and I saw the pairs were substituted. I was like, cool, whatever. They didn't have the shade cocoa, so they had to substitute it. Do you know these motherfuckers substituted it with porcelain? Porcelain is all the way on the other end of the spectrum. Like, they didn't do tan, they didn't do, sandalwood, they didn't do something with some kind of brown in it. Porcelain is white as fuck. White as it can be. So when I pulled up, it was a black guy that came out to give me my stuff, and he was like, "Did you see the substitution?" I was like, "Yeah, the pairs are fine." I said, "But that makeup ain't gonna work." He was like, "Oh, why?" I said, "It's because the color y'all subbed it for is porcelain." I said, "Do you see me? I'm not porcelain." He was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about makeup." Maybe not, but have you seen porcelain before? Most porcelain that I've seen is lily white. Not gonna work. Not gonna fit me. So they just refund you the money for whatever you don't. So I just got that money back because they did. But it just was so funny to me because I know I wanted to go in there for myself and see like what the range was. I know porcelain was not the only one they had. So I don't know what happens or who decides what to sub it in for. I don't know if it's like an automated thing where it just goes and gets the next thing, or like if it's somebody that's I can't imagine somebody that's looking at this that see this person order cocoa would be like, we'll give a porcelain, it'll work. Vastly different. And that's the first time I've had that happen, but makeup is one of those things where you really couldn't sub it because it's so shade dependent, and without you seeing the person, you can't choose another shade for them. So that's like the first time that I've had an issue with it, and it was because it was makeup, and it's just not really easy to sub in and sub out makeup.
Let me say some things.
Okay.
Great value brand should be avoided at all costs. While it may taste the same.
Don't do this to me. Do I have anything? Well, I don't have any great value from this particular shopping experience because they didn't have it. So
while it may taste the same, I believe that they are acquired by nefarious and unethical means. Great value beef is from cows that have disorders and Down syndrome and dementia. So instead of eating grass, they just keep trying to walk into the corner. So they're a little bit malnourished, but it's putting them out of their misery. But I don't like that. That's unethical to me. The pears clearly picked by children and illegal immigrants. Somehow Walmart got the means. They can have underground goddamn tunnels where children do the work. Okay. Great value ketchup is not ketchup. It's just the color red.
It's watery too. I would never suggest that.
Mustard is not mustard. It's just the color yellow. Now I don't know how red or yellow tastes, but I know good and goddamn well that ain't ketchup and mustard. The bread goes bad very, very quickly.
It does.
Whatever process they do with the grain, that shit mold fast. And if it don't mold, it just get hard really, really quickly. That's
very true. That does. Yeah, I know. Get great value bread. It's certain things that I will get in great value. There's certain things I would never get. You
should not get shit great value. Okay. I do understand there are some things that Walmart makes that you fool with.
Yeah,
they currently have some strawberry cinnamon rolls that I fool with. Well, strawberry rolls. They don't have cinnamon. They're acceptable for Walmart standards. But I'm sure that they made with all the great value shit that I hate. I'm a child that grew up from a Walmart parent.
That's right.
So we didn't have a choice but to eat great value bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Great value every damn thing because she got a discount on great value brand stuff.
A lot of it is bad. Like I said, the pancake syrup. The first time I bought it was in college. I was like, you a college student trying to save money, so I got this fucking pancake syrup, made me some waffles. And as soon as I tipped it over a little bit, it was like water pouring out. I was like, what the fuck is this? Syrup has it's a consistency that you expect for syrup. This was not syrup. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Syrup is just
sugar. It's just sugar. Except the people who take syrup seriously will actually like almost try to caramelize the sugar so that it thickens and so that you have that thickness. And the brownness comes from the caramelization of that sugar. Great Value, they just get some regular old ass sugar water and put brown in it.
Look, I can't even disagree because I was like, oh no. I had to go buy some Aunt Jemima. I had to go get some actual syrup. That shit wasn't it. So I learned very quickly that there are certain things that you can get in Great Value and it's okay. And there's other shit that is very much not okay. And you should never, ever purchase in Great Value because there's a substantial difference in quality.
Matter of opinion, because you should never get anything. You shouldn't even have a system by which you determine what works and what doesn't, because that takes you having to buy something.
It does.
I don't support Great Value. Walmart make enough money than to sell you the garbage ass store products that they skimp around to create for you.
What about Members Mark? You shop at Sam's?
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way about Members Mark? Because that's their brand of shit.
See, Sam's Club ain't never meant to, like, bulk stores ain't never meant to be for the poor people like Walmart is. I mean, they don't expect people to pay $50 to have access to food. They just go to Walmart. So Sam's Club is going to have a higher quality of thing.
Yeah,
like Members Mark
stuff is cool.
Member Mark is different. Like, they got chicken bites that taste like Chick-fil-A chicken tenders.
Wait a minute. They do?
You didn't know that?
No.
I thought I told you that.
What? We got to talk about this after the show. I need to know the name
everybody
of these
has verified this. Like, it's a lot of people verifying that they taste just like Chick-fil-A.
I need to know.
Except one of my friends said less pickly, because the batter that Chick-fil-A do they batter in, they got pickle juice in it. Mm-hmm. So she said they are less pickly, but they taste damn near the same.
I've got to go and try these magical chicken nuggets
In a red and white bag.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it.
It's going to be Members Mark chicken nuggets. It ain't going to be no fancy name.
It's a red and white bag.
Members Mark is I like Members Mark.
So Members Mark, those bulk stores are going to have probably a higher quality than some of the stuff at these other stores, especially since they expect it to be for people that are middle to upper class that's shopping there. And that same group is very health conscious.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder what is Costco brand just Costco? I don't have a Costco card. I got a Sam's Club card.
I don't know.
Anything to say about the
Leroy Ketchum can answer that. He got Costco membership.
Okay.
The next thing is Walmart. The test for employment at Walmart has no overlap with intelligence. I just want you to know. None.
Brown and white is simple. Like,
well, I mean, I can't tell you what kind of stupid decisions I would make just because I'm young and this is my first job or I'm new at a job.
Second day on the job. And I felt bad because when I told him I didn't want it, he was like, okay, I'm going to run back in real quick because I don't know what to do if somebody doesn't want the substitution. I was like, that's cool. That's fine. I just can't have this porcelain shit on my face.
I don't know if I would have said, so what do people use makeup for? Put it on their face. So a dark makeup was chosen, which must mean that this is a dark person. I should choose a makeup that is dark as well. I don't know if I would have done that myself, but I probably would have not put it in there and came out and asked you what you would like. It's probably something I would have done.
I would have maybe tried to substitute it, maybe, but like.
But see, you know about makeup. See, I'm talking about from a man perspective. Like,
well, but the person he went to, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he is the actual person. He just the person who bring your shit out. I don't think he the one who made the substitution decisions, because when he went in there, he was talking to a lady, a black lady, mind you, because she came out to the door. They have like a little side door where they come out specifically with like the grocery pickup stuff. So he's standing in the door talking to her like, oh, this was what I didn't want. So I don't think he makes the decision. I think he's just the person who wheeled the shit out. Or he the one who might do the shopping, but like I don't think he the one who make the decision on, okay, they didn't have this, so I'm gonna sub it for that. I don't know that they let them do that. I don't know how the process works. I don't know. This is the first time I had something where I had to be like, just no.
I just don't. What the fuck did they think you was finna do? that could be so vastly changed with changing the whole color of the makeup like that. Just don't make no sense to me.
It doesn't. I was confused because like I was sitting at work because I didn't have my phone at the time because that's a whole other shit ordeal. But my phone was supposed to be getting repaired, so I didn't have my phone. So I'm at work checking my email on my computer, and when I looked at it, I was like, "Does that shit say porcelain? Why the fuck would they sub it out for porcelain? That's the whitest shade in that particular powder that you can get. This white. It's white. It's like Casper white. It's white white. That shit, I would look foolish. I would look like the dude on on Atlanta that thought he was white or identified as white. Like, no, that wasn't gonna work. So it was just real crazy to me that was true. That's the first time I done had a situation with it where I've been like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? I've never like gotten home and not had something that I was supposed to have. Like, that's not happened. Literally, I've had nothing but good experiences with it, which is why I continue to do it. And I mean, $30 for me ain't nothing to get to because I buy my dog food from there. That shit right there by itself could be $30 depending on how big the bag is. 30 plus because I got these 2 dogs I have to feed. But yeah, that just was an interesting thing to happen. I was like, porcelain? As brown as I am. No brown color in it at all. Like I said, they could have got tan. They could have got, any of the other shades between cocoa, which is the darkest, and porcelain, which is the lightest. So that was just real weird. Also, the Jamaican is back.
When you say back, where he been?
So, y'all, I don't know if I talked about this on the show, but probably, what has it been, like a year and a half?
It's been a while.
I cut my hair. In this like asymmetrical or top heavy style where it was short in the back and it was longer up top. And cause I was just I have thick hair. It takes a lot for it to dry and to do it. And I had a nice size fro at the time and I was over it. I needed a break. It's almost back to where it was now. But so when I cut my hair, he just seemed less interested. Like, he wasn't being stalkerish. Like, he wasn't saying shit to me if we happened to be outside of the same. Like, it completely like shut everything down. And I was like, okay, maybe he got somebody. Like, I didn't really necessarily, y'all said something about it was the hair, but I was like, why would it be the hair? My face and my body and everything still looks the same. Why would it be the hair? But now my hair is closer to what it was, and he done started with the shits again.
Hair makes a difference.
What is with men and hair? Help me understand. I don't get it.
Well, aesthetically, it shapes the head differently. Number one, let's go ahead and get that out the way.
It does.
If you got big hair on top of your head and the sides are shaved, your head might be shaped weird now for the person. Okay?
Maybe he thought it was weird. Yeah.
Another thing is that men just have this weird obsession with hair. It's the same reason that they rather a woman have extensions or braids or something that make the hair long rather than short hair. It's just been a whole long hair campaign forever.
That's so weird.
Even when women started doing these big chops, men was not here for it.
Yeah, I remember cutting my hair and okay, first of all, let me just tell you something about older people before I get into men. I cannot. So I don't just bring people home to meet my family. One, because my family's crazy, right? So like, you got to make it to a certain level of liking me to where meeting them isn't going to deter you off. So I'll just be bringing niggas home, okay? So like, since I graduated high school, I have brought 2 people home for folks to meet. And like the last one was like undergrad college. Hadn't brought nobody else home for my folks to meet. So I think there was always, and I don't have any kids, and I'm not dating a whole lot. And so I think there already was kind of is Red gay? Like, I feel like there was already that question. So when I chopped off all of my hair, the looks of concern that I got from like the older people in my family, my mother included, it was just kind of like, I gotta be out here studying it up because I cut my hair? What the fuck?
And why is that the only other option?
I don't know.
You know, like, she ain't bringing nobody home. She must be gay. Like, why she just must want to fucking be alone? Because fuck people. Why it's always, they must be gay. Like, no, if they were gay, they would be bringing a fucking woman home to your damn house.
Exactly.
And you will be seeing a woman. Why are you thinking that they might be gay because they ain't brought nobody home for you?
I mean, even like, so my mom still goes to the same church that she been going to since I've been in the world. And so when I go home on certain holidays, I will go with her. Part of the reason why I fucking hate going is, one, I just church, you know, we've talked about this numerous ways and times, but also the old people in church get on my fucking nerves. Like, after church is over, I have so many old bitches coming up to me being like, so when you gonna settle down? You don't never bring nobody to church. Like, Annie Mae, shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere, okay? Mabel, mind your business. And leave me the fuck alone.
With your old ass.
With your old ass. You need to be worried about how many more days on this earth you got instead of who I'm fucking. But I got that though. Like, and so I already, you gotta understand, me and my hair have a relationship of, or if I'm going through something, I can be very impulsive, and not like dangerously impulsive because I'm just, you know, who I am, won't allow it to go too far. But shit, I literally at 2:00 in the morning got up, went in the shower, wet my hair, and cut my hair where it started curling, and just cut all my hair randomly. Didn't tell nobody shit. I didn't even know I was gonna do it. Just did it. And the same thing happened with the asymmetric cut. I was tired of my hair. I was in the mirror about to do my hair for the week, and I was like, "Fuck this," and just started chopping away. And it, so me and my hair, I'm not attached to it because it'll grow back, as evidenced by the hair I have on my head currently. But I don't understand why women cutting their hair or having short hair is like this, you're less feminine, or you got to be gay, or like it has to signify. Why can't it just be that maybe I just like my fucking hair to be short? Or in my case, the first time I chopped all my hair off, I wanted to go natural. And to me, leaving these straight ends on the end of these nice curls was stupid. I was like, why would I do that when my hair, I like how my hair is curling. I'm just going to cut the shit off and just rock this little curly hair. It's fine. So I cut it off and waited for it to grow out. And now I got longer curls. The second time, I was just tired of, it's such a hassle. Like, everybody always talks about how much healthier natural hair is for you. And it is. It's less chemicals and all of that shit. But it ain't less work. Okay? It's not. Especially if you have thicker hair, if you have curly hair. Curly hair curls around itself. My hair not up fast as fuck because it'll curl around itself and get tangled. And so then I got to sit there trying to detangle this shit and not pull all my hair. It's a pain in the ass. So I got tired. I needed a break, so I cut my hair off. And both times that I cut my hair, I just got these calls and looks of concern. Like, I don't know why people jump to, and again, part of it is because I was already not bringing dudes home. But it's like, would y'all prefer me bringing fuck niggas around y'all all the time? Is that preferable to me being a little bit more choosy about who I decide to bring around my fucking family? Should I bring every nigga I fuck around y'all? Is that what you want? I don't understand. What is the purpose of that? But back to the Jamaican. I don't know a lot about Jamaican culture. I don't know how like his culture specifically feels about women chopping their hair off. I don't know. Cause he ain't got locks or nothing. Like he ain't dreaded out and shit. He get haircut.
Because he probably hiding from the laws. That man had to cut his hair off because he on the FBI profile. And he got to hide out. Murder. Machete.
Don't what? No, not with the machete. No machetes. But
Well, you probably right. Probably the AK-47 gold encrusted hell.
I was out with the dogs, right? He just and the weather is warmer. I just noticed when the weather get warmer, he just hang outside so like he can just catch bitches walking by and like talk to them. He's just creepy. But I got off work, was walking the dogs. Remy is Remy, and he be so excited sometimes. So they got tangled up, and somehow Remy had got his. He wears a harness where. I clip the leash to him in the front to keep him from pulling. So if he pulls, it just turns his ass around, which keeps him from pulling. So somehow he had got one of his front legs out of the harness. And so basically, if I didn't get it together, the whole harness is going to come off. He was just going to be loose. So I'm holding Kingston and I'm trying to like fix the harness without letting him get away because he wiggling and shit, you know. But I got it under control and they're dogs. So it ain't like a child where you could be like, hey, watch my kid and let me get the other kid straight type shit if you know the person. It ain't like that. They're dogs. Dogs are not just gonna let strangers and shit. So I'm messing with this. He was like, hey, do you need some help? I can help. I was like, no, I got it. He was like, you don't look like you have it. Nigga, what I say? I got it. Okay? No worries. No thank you. I don't need your help. Plus, how you gonna help? You gonna get mauled? Remy, who likes everybody, this is the only nigga he ever barks at. That he ever barks at. So, and you know Kingston is an asshole. So when you get mauled by one of these dogs, then what?
You really think he would get mauled?
Maybe by Remy. Now, well, Kingston bit Cole Jackson. He's bit Cole Jackson.
No, this is not what would happen.
Don't you think
what
he
will
killed my
happen
dog?
is you'll see your damn dog get his neck snapped in front of you. I don't know what kind of wild creatures they got in Jamaica, but that nigga skin look like it got 2 extra layers on it.
Yeah, he look rough.
That bite gonna hurt Kingston, and you gonna see Kingston get his neck broken in front of you. I don't even know how you would react. Cause on one end you gonna wanna attack him, but on the other end you just saw him break your animal neck. So it's gonna be a weird combination of I need to defend my animal but stay away from this man at the same time.
I don't want to get my neck.
Yeah, that's not what would have. He would not have got mauled. He would have got mad, broke your dog neck, and went inside mad, mad that you did this to him.
Which nigga, no, I didn't, because I told so.
Yeah, no. You can't. Murderers think different. You gotta, you did good.
Yeah, I was like, no, I got it. I'm fine. He literally stood there, just which it's like, my nigga, I said, will you go away? Because this is distracting. Kingston barking at you, so he pulling. I'm still trying to get Remy straight so that he don't get loose. Like, my nigga, back up. Leave me be. I told you I got it. Like. And so now he be standing outside when I get out work, and I'm just waiting for him to be like, so you still got that boyfriend, the made up boyfriend that Jesus. So I might have to,
Hell no.
Come on,
no
man.
Shenanigans. Nope.
Why?
Nope. You gotta do research. You've made it clear that you ain't doing no research.
I don't want to stalk my stalker.
I guess the only solution is to cut your damn hair again.
I'm not cutting my hair off again. I'm trying to grow it out right now.
No shenanigans.
I'm not cutting my hair off just to keep him at bay. That's crazy.
If that's what it would even do.
Yeah, he might not even care. I don't know. But all I know is the only difference between now and then is that my hair is longer than. Like, when he stopped talking to me, it was when I cut my hair. But I don't know what the fuck. Again, to me, I look the same, just me red with short hair as opposed to red with a big fro. So I don't really know. Don't really understand.
You know what the solutions are.
What are the solutions?
You cut your hair.
I'm not cutting my hair.
Or you have somebody to take them out.
What the fuck kind of... Wait, what?
I'm just telling you the solution.
I'm not trying to go to jail. What's wrong with you?
It's a lot
I'm not
of.
the kind of person that would get away with it. Okay, I know my
I
luck
said
enough.
you pay somebody to take him out.
And so did Jesse.
No, Jesse paid somebody to take him out.
Still didn't work out for him.
That's a whole different situation.
No,
You can't pay somebody to beat your ass and then go to the news people and say, "Hey, this was racist, homophobic, sexist." You can't do that. You can't do it for attention.
I'm not. First of all, I don't even know. I had this conversation with with my cousin. I was having a really bad week, and I was like, you know what? I understand why people get on crack. I get it. I get it now. Cause I was just...
No. Hell, fuck no. No, listen, hold on. You went too far. You said crack.
Well, whatever.
You should have said, I understand how people turn to substances, and then the tier should have been weed, pills, Molly and edibles, then get into the harder shit, cocaine, the good kind, then heroin. Crack should be at the bottom of that.
It's the first drug I thought of, okay? I'm not gonna go do crack. The point is
you skipped a lot of fucking tears.
Okay, I get why people do pills. Is that better? Either
Pills is
way,
better.
substances, whatever. I get it. Like, I was having a bad week. I know that it wouldn't have done anything, but I wouldn't have had to deal with it. That's what the point was. But then I was like, you know what? If I really wanted to do that shit, I have no idea. Like, I don't know how you get to know who you go to for these things. Like, how the first time that you decide you're gonna do this shit, how you find your connect? How does that work?
It's simple.
But
I'm not done. Literally nobody fucking says I'm finna find some crack today when they just decide to go fuck with drugs. Nobody. Crack is where you end up with drugs.
I wasn't gonna.
Crack is crack is the bottom of the barrel of drugs. Going to crack is the equivalent of about to commit suicide in your life. Okay? It's the drug suicide. It's like this is the last hurrah.
I was not actually going to do it.
I know you weren't going to do it. But the next time you have this conversation with somebody,
to upgrade my drug.
You need to have a realistic transition from decent life, or at least perceptually decent to other people. Like, if next week I didn't hear from you and your mama called me and was like, Red is on crack, I'm gonna be like, see, I should have told her ass. And now I'm telling you, this is a more realistic transition. You need to start with weed.
Oh,
okay?
Jesus. Okay.
You need to start with weed. But the way that people do this shit is that they know somebody. All of us know somebody.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't. Like, if I wanted to go get some weed right now today.
You got clients?
I can't do that shit.
Well, you shouldn't be getting ready to do weed or substances or drugs because of your fucking life.
My client, though, that's fucking with.
So maybe it ain't your client. Wasn't it a woman outside of y'all or place the other day that had a drug dealer come up to her?
She did.
Okay, this shit ain't hard.
Wait a minute. Let me just say that she is like the limousine of drug dealers. Like, who the fuck else delivers drugs? Like, she was like, girl, I got
drug dealers stay on the move.
Where you at?
They like Uber. You know, Uber, when you put in a call for Uber, whichever car is the closest to you, they come. Drug dealers
did this shit.
They all over the city all the time. How the fuck they gonna get money? Yeah, people on crack don't have cars. They're on crack. They sold their fucking car, or they can't afford gas because they gotta pay for crack.
That bitch came up there and delivered. We had to go and be like, "Yo, you can't. We gonna have to ask you to leave," type shit. But like, I was just like, "Wow."
It's like the situation 50 Cent said, or was it Biggie? He said all the mother drug dealers wouldn't take coins and pennies, but he took them shits. Motherfucker got to spend a little gas and go. Prices bumped up. But it's not hard to find drugs. You know somebody. You know what? You can actually go to somewhere like Chewy's. You can go to a restaurant. I promise you, you can go to a restaurant and say, hey, where's the fun servers? Send me one of the fun servers. All you gotta do is say, you look like fun. Do you know anybody that can help me have some fun? They're gonna be like, let me go get Terry. And then boom, you got like drugs are not hard to find. Every single restaurant I've been to, half of the staff they do drugs.
That's crazy.
I mean, and not like crack because they ain't fucking stupid. They smoke weed and they find edibles and they got pills. And
you are so offended by this crack.
I am. Crack is the worst of the worst. You shouldn't even.
You was gonna say crack is whack.
No.
It made too much money.
Whitney Houston callbacks. You should not do crack. You should not think about doing crack.
I'm not gonna do
You should not use crack in hypothetical scenarios in which you understand how people can come to do substances. You don't use crack in that conversation.
Okay.
You use substances. If you don't know what you're gonna go to, that's what you do.
Substances. I don't even remember why we got here. What were we talking about? I was making a point about.
We were talking about the Jamaican.
Yes.
I was talking about hiring somebody to kill you, and then we were talking about you get somebody to kill you, and then you was talking to your cousin about how you had such a hard week.
Oh, okay. So now I know where I was going with it. I don't even know where to go to get a hitman to kill this nigga. That was where I was going with it. I don't know who you contact to get to kill somebody.
Coincidentally, you can go find a crackhead. All they need is a little crack. Well, they probably need a lot of crack.
Yeah.
And they probably need to have smoked a bunch of it to be kind of out of it.
I'm not.
But then again, I'm pretty sure he's a pretty hard target, so that's not a good idea.
I'm not.
He got that extra layer of skin, 2 of them.
I'm not cutting my hair. I'm not hiring somebody to kill. I just need him to leave me the fuck alone. And the way to do that
is not to charade on and pretend like you got a boyfriend that don't exist. That ain't.
Why isn't it? He'll leave me alone.
If that was the case, he wanted to talk to you the other day.
He needs to see this nigga. I told you he came up to me and was like, I think you lied to me. Like, I never see you with anyone. You say you have a boyfriend. I never see you with anyone. Like, he called me out of that shit.
Because he was right.
Hey, listen, he didn't know that. Maybe my nigga work out of town. Okay? Maybe he... what the fuck difference do it make why he ain't over here all the goddamn? Maybe I go to him.
Well, if that logic worked, then it wouldn't make a difference why you said, no, I don't want to talk to you. If damn logic and reasoning and what you say matter to him, then you could just say, I don't have anybody, but I'm not interested in talking to you.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Triple
work.
skin.
That wouldn't have worked. But if he sees somebody, if he actually physically sees a nigga, he might leave me alone. And I won't have to kill nobody. And I won't have to chop my hair off. Which I'm only opposed to because I don't want to do it. When I cut my hair off, it was because I wanted to. Now I'm growing it back out. So, not cutting it for the Jamaican. I just need to fucking move.
Shouldn't.
Bro, I was so excited because I thought I was finna get ready to move here soon. And that shit fell through. That would have been the perfect scenario because then I'm just gone.
Well, I feel like you're lucky at this place.
What? How?
Because you're just going to move into more bullshit. At least it's only one person. If you move somewhere else, it's going to be 4. Okay? They may not be Jamaican. They may not have triple skin. They might not have a machete.
Y'all in this machete shit.
But it's going to be 4 times as irritating.
Why can women not just live?
Because we live in a society of double standards, okay?
Let me just
and we live in a
mind my
society.
goddamn
We live in a
business.
society where women used to be property to men, okay? Men used to own them. That's what it was. And you know what? Men still had this idea that they can own a woman.
Mind the business that pays you. I'm not the business that pays you. If I tell you I'm not interested, then leave me the fuck alone. I shouldn't have to deal with that shit in my home.
What the fuck? 83-year-old motherfucker you got that line from?
What?
Mind the business that pays you.
I don't know. I heard it somewhere and I've been saying it recently.
You heard that from somebody old as hell.
They were not
That
old.
sound like some shit from your family. Sound like the old people in your family say that shit.
Maybe.
Mind
I don't know.
the business that pays you.
Yeah. You all in other people's business. That ain't getting you no. That's not helping you. Mind the business that pays you. Anyway.
That shit's stupid.
I should be able to live in an apartment complex and not have to worry about niggas. Mind your business. Like, especially, I don't have. So let me be clear. I do not have a problem if somebody sees me, finds me attractive, wants to come up to me. That's fine. But if I say I'm not interested, that should be the fucking end of it, my nigga. Like, I don't want to hear all the reasons why you think I'm wrong for choosing no. No is what I said. No is what it is. Get out of my face. Like, that shit is crazy. I should be able to move wherever and not have to deal with that bullshit. That's crazy.
You can be mad at your fellow women for that.
What? How?
Because they let men carry on this charade about playing hard to get and shit like that.
Don't do that shit.
And telling men that they need to be persistent if they want to get with them.
Don't be persistent with me.
Because those the men that get the women, the ones that's persistent at first. Until they realize that all the persistent men are fuckers. And then they leave them alone. And then they be like, okay, well this ain't the move. The dudes that's after me, they coming with the bullshit
They're
too.
Crazy.
So now you in this weird place of waiting for people who ain't persistent at all, but while still being pursued by the dudes that are actively persistent.
God.
So now you got a Jamaican dude, which I don't even know his cultural norms, who is out here like she playing hard to get.
It's been years. Hell, I've lived in this apartment since I moved here. I've been in Birmingham for like 5 years. My nigga, in 5 years, I have not given you shit. No, nothing. No indication that I was interested at all. Yet here we are. 5 years later, still on this shit. The fuck.
And maybe he get it. Maybe it had nothing to do with your hair. Maybe your hair was just a catalyst that showed him that you was a little bit outside of his range. But the first time that he actually approached you was when it seemed like you had a legitimate problem at the time. And now that you're not gonna have that problem, I guess we can look at the future and see if that's gonna continue to be an issue or not.
Let's hope not. He's so creepy. Like, I literally have got ready to walk the dogs and like step out to get ready to step down the steps and see that nigga outside. I don't even go. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I just don't. He creeps me the fuck out. He does. He's just weird. Like, he is not a nigga that you want to like walk up on at night. Like, you, like, I don't want to be outside at night walking the dogs. And he seemed like a nigga that would just appear. Like, ain't nobody heard no footsteps. Dogs got perfect hearing. Ain't nobody heard him. I just turn around, that nigga there. Like, that's the kind of person he seems like he is. He creepy.
He might be.
He creeps me out. I don't like it. But that's just two things that I figured we would go down rabbit holes and end up talking about a bunch of other shit, and I was right.
Well, let's go on ahead and jump into talking about double standards in our society.
Okay, but first, if y'all want to help us in having, a structured topic, please send us a question, comment, whatever, to conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way. And I know where you going with this fucking double standard shit. The Barty gang.
Let's just go ahead and talk about Cardi B. Apparently 3 years ago, Cardi B had a video, and I just don't know what people be doing with their time. I mean, going back through every one of her Instagram, somebody came across this 3-year-old Instagram post that talked about how Cardi used to drug and rob men.
Yes.
And the culture ran away with it, man. And it's crazy because white people don't talk about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say the culture. It's like this, like the black community, the same ones that's the Bill Cosby supporters, and people with issues with R. Kelly supporters and people with issues like. I
actually have a dissenting opinion on this, which I think might surprise you.
Okay, but when that happened, everybody came out saying that this. If you mad, how can you be mad at Bill Cosby but still support Cardi?
That is bullshit. And
or how can you still be mad? Like, these are the same.
They're not the same.
And then then when you start breaking down the dialogue, people be like, okay, they not the same, but why y'all not bringing the same energy to Cardi B that you bring to these other dudes?
For the same reason.
Whatever. We live in a society with double standards. That is just the reality. Okay.
Now, what I will say, I was very angry at people doing that shit, trying to equate this to Bill Cosby, because it's not taking advantage of somebody's body, violating their body, and violating their pockets. Different, vastly different. The effects, the long-term effects of that are different. It's just different. But I do think that had this been a man that did the exact same thing, he wasn't raping women, he was just drug, which, I mean, I don't know when this would have occurred, but he wasn't raping them. He was just drugging them and robbing them. It still would have been looked at a whole lot more harshly than it's being looked at with Cardi. So even if it was the exact equivalent, even if it was a situation where it is both robbing and drugging people and robbing them, he would have gotten a whole lot more shit than she is. Everybody else is just kind of like, well, you know, she had to make her money up. She knew how.
Listen,
like
we live in a society of double standards.
We do.
And the reason that a woman is looked at different is because men in our power position, our position of power as oppressors of women in that dynamic, we've been out here as the big, strong superhero, Prince Charming, while we done painted every woman as a damsel in distress. So now we can't look at the damsel in distress as capable of doing something that harmful to Prince Charming. So here we are trying to look at Cardi B and make her seem as capable as somebody like a Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Why don't we use this dialogue? Why don't we use the same dialogue that men use against women? What were them dudes wearing? Why did they even put themselves in that situation? Why would they go to a hotel with a woman they don't know? Why would they take a drink from a woman that they know? These ain't things men have to think about.
No. But they were there for sex, correct? Like paid sex, though.
I don't know. I don't know if it's paid sex. I don't know. To me, it would seem like she would fool with. She was a stripper, so she knew what dudes had money. Mm-hmm. It would seem that if she wanted to go home with one of those dudes after that I'm thinking that she could have had sex with him, and just they knocked out during the sex or after the sex, and then she could have took their money in. I just don't think it would be a situation where I don't think there's enough certainty in you drugging somebody that will put them to sleep before you have to participate in acts.
It depends on the drug.
But the balance between damn near killing somebody and them just being knocked out is probably gonna be the variable.
Well, I mean, Bill Cosby knew the ratio.
Well, at the time, Quaaludes had a lot of hood research at the time, because I mean, everybody was doing that shit.
Well,
it ain't like. I mean, that's one of
Roofies, yeah.
Yeah, it was enough. Like, you can go on forums online, I'm sure, to know how much roofies you got to put in something to get however long desired effect.
The only reason I say that it's a possibility is because this is not something that is specific to Cardi B. Like, one of the issues that Backpage, Craigslist, a lot of these sites where people were going and arranging to meet these women in hotels for sex is that they would get there and they weren't necessarily being drugged, but they was getting robbed. Like, they would get there and it's like two niggas there.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible that her whole goal was to rob them in the first place. Like, they were there for a completely different reason, and she knew off top that her plan was to rob them niggas. Like with the women that had them Backpage and Craigslist ads where niggas was getting beat up or killed in a few of the cases, because they went there with the idea that they finna pay for some sex and paid with their ass.